love it now.
And we are going to talk about crypto, but let me just mention this real quick. And I'm going to link to your YouTube channel in the description of this video. And I want you guys to click on it and check this out, because you have not been running a YouTube channel for very long at all.
No.
But probably. You've seen some massive success. Just talk about that real quick, and talk about what has this brand, this crypto cowboy thing. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Yeah. So maybe a little bit about my background with YouTube. So I'm no stranger to YouTube. I ran Tom's YouTube channel for Wholesaling Inc. for maybe 2 years. Before that, I ran my own 2 separate YouTube channels. So I knew like the ins and outs of it. So, but when I started in March, and I started with an
idea 2020 of this year,
of 2021. Yeah. Of this year. Yeah. So like maybe 7 months ago now. I started in March, and it was even towards the end of March. And I started with the idea, like, I know zero about cryptocurrency. I know absolutely nothing. Okay. And I'm just going to document. I'm going to hop on the camera. I'm going to record. Hey, this is what I learned today. And if you go back, you'll see that I have like close to like 14 views on those YouTube videos. But I did it every day, and I knew how to tag, and I knew how to, make titles, and I knew how to do all that stuff. It just ended up being an accumulation of everything I've known into a journey that I knew nothing about. And so I knew all the technical aspects of YouTube, but in the end of the day, people really connected with, I think, personality and like the fun, and like people like following people who are learning things. And so I was never too scared of showing that I didn't know something. And I got so many comments on saying like, oh, this guy doesn't know anything, don't subscribe to him. He doesn't know. And you know what? They were right. I was like, you're right. I don't know anything. And it was like the perfect defense. I felt totally like any pressure to get it perfect and just right on a YouTube video was like totally alleviated, because it was true. Like I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And so fast forward to like 6 months later, and I'm up to about 24,000 on my channel. It's funny because I talked to Tom, and I was like, look, he was like, bro, this is massive explosive growth. And you said the same thing, but I never saw it like that. But I've always compared myself to these other like bigger channels. And he was really putting it in perspective. He was like, no, this is really good growth. And I'm just very grateful for it.
23,000 subscribers in 6-7 months.
Yep.
For not that I'm comparing anything to anybody, but for comparison, our YouTube channel, REI Live YouTube channel, has barely over 4,000 subscribers in 7 years.
Well, we got to get you up. We got to get you going. I'm
sorry, 5 years. 5 years. Not that that's any better. 5 years. You said a second ago, because you know how to tag and you know how to title, obviously, and then you said obviously personality and other things have something to do with it as well. Give us a quick crash course. We're definitely talking about cryptocurrency for sure here in a second, but give us a quick crash course: how to tag, how to title.
Well, so let me give you what you want, and then I'll give you what I think you need. Okay. So what you want is like these technicals: how to tag, how to title. All I did was I downloaded this app, and I'm not sponsored. There's no like referral links for this, but I downloaded an app called TubeBuddy. Okay. There's a bunch of other things like that, but it's called TubeBuddy. And I think it's something like I paid for the year, maybe like a couple $100 a year. And what it does, it goes on these other like YouTube videos, and it gives you a list of all of their tags. So like, I don't even think about tagging. I take the tags that are on other popular YouTube channels. Or YouTube videos. So say I'm talking about, for your audience, like how to wholesaling using bandit signs. I'm going to type that in, take the first video on the search, use my app TubeBuddy, turn it on in my Chrome browser, Chrome extension. And then on the right-hand side, it's going to show me all of the tags that they use. I take all those tags, copy and paste into my own tags.
If I don't have TubeBuddy, can I still see the tags? Can I still see what?
I don't think so. It's a paid premium feature.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so I think it's well worth the investment for sure. I think it's maybe 150, maybe $200. I'm not too sure on that, but yeah, that's what I do there. And then for the title, it's interesting because like a lot of the technical research that I was looking for, it was like looking to get your keyword and place it in the front of the title. However, when I watch these other YouTubers that have like millions of views, so like Mr. Beast, I don't know if you know him, but they're popular YouTube videos. that don't follow any of those rules, but they do follow a rule, not the technical rule of having a front loaded keyword is what it's called. Like have a keyword in the front of your title. That's not the rule they follow. They follow just like engaging, captivating, like titles, like how I got, I don't know, how I filled a room with 100 gummy bears. You know what I'm saying? Like someone's gonna tag on that. So it's more like psychological than it is a technical thing. Mm-hmm. So for instance, like if you're doing something on entrepreneurship or real estate, something that is like super outlandish, but you got to fulfill it, right? You can't just kind of clickbait. Right. That is kind of what I've found. Some phrases that I found that are very, very useful are why I changed my mind on blank. So that is something like, it's kind of engaging. It's not seen a lot, and it doesn't include any front words, but those have really gotten me like 5 times the amount of viewership on a particular YouTube video than anything else. So that's like a small like nugget that I just found out myself, like why I changed my mind on this, or my secret opinion on this, like anything that has to do with you and like why you're something that's hidden, right? Anything that has like the brackets that says revealed, like secrets revealed, you know, like that wow. Little phrase is very like engaging, and I've seen my views tick up more than not when I use those types of viewership or those types of titles.
So funny you say that, because I feel like I've gotten duped by clicking on a lot of things like that.
Yeah, there's another one that says like actually urgent, like, you know, like recent market stress has crashed the market, right? Stocks are down. Parentheses, actually urgent. You're gonna get people to click on that. I've seen this time and again on other videos and myself. So yeah.
Real quick though, before we move on, about tagging, someone told me one time that they think it's better to put the keyword in quotes while you tag.
Yeah, yes and no, right? I mean, so like I said, it's right now, it's like what we're doing is we're talking about the minutia, and we're not talking about like the big thing. Like maybe this is the example, right? Someone would say, how do I get healthy? Well, you know, you could intermittent fast, you could go to sleep at these certain hours, which is probably true. But the big thing to get healthy is like eat right and exercise, right? Like there are like these huge core fundamental basics. Mm-hmm. And so I think a lot of people, when they're doing YouTube videos, they overthink it, right? They have like this big egghead brain about themselves, and they try to get all the little minutia correct. But the big main idea is like a captivating thumbnail, intriguing title. Those are the ones that'll get the clicks. Not like, you know, you could put the keyword in a parenthesis or a bracket or a little emoji, or have all caps or no caps. It's like, that's all minutia, right? And that's just my personal opinion. But that's what I've seen and what I found in my own research.
Yeah. Interesting. Mm-hmm. And I know we kind of took like a big kind of YouTube.
Yeah, it's all good. No, YouTube's a big part, because it's very, it could be used in a lot of different spheres and a lot of different areas. And I think it could be very, very profitable. However, let me give you what you need, I think, in my personal opinion.
This is about to ask you.
So that's all the wants, right? Like what is the small technical stuff? But for me, what I think exploded my channel from like dead zero, right? Dead zero in March of this year, 6 months ago, to like 23,000 was the market was just red hot for crypto. And I know that's not something we could duplicate, right? But this is just what the case was for me, is that when crypto was being like I could watch Google Trends, like this is a quick tip. You could go on Google Trends and you could type in your keyword and see like the search patterns for that particular keyword. And I could see that in March, April, May, the search for crypto in Google was like skyrocketing. It was so much, like the market was red hot. And so anyone who was searching, anyone who had a YouTube channel was growing like thousands a day, like even the smallest ones. We were growing like so quickly. So I think it comes down to a lot of these two. It's like, hey, what's relevant in the market right now? What's relevant to Google searches? And what's your competition like? So if there's a ton of competition on real estate, which there is, it's going to be harder to be found. So probably your best bet is to find like a different niche or find a different like aspect of it. But the second one is like just the Google search trends. You know what I mean? Like it's your competition in the search. That's what I think really catapulted the growth on my channel very, very early on.
So are you kind of saying that in a way, I have a real estate channel, or anyone who's listening to this has a whatever channel that might be pretty broad. Like we just really, we focus on real estate, but really we talk about business a lot, and that's super, super broad.
Yeah, that's really broad.
Maybe narrow it in and do a few videos very specific to what is hot right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think what your best bet is, and what I do all the time, is I take your niche, right? Real estate, or business is a little bit broad, but like real estate, and even like wholesaling or whatever, like rental properties or multifamily, and you pair it, right? You pair it with like what's hot in the market, what's going on in the market, maybe some kind of infrastructure bill or something, something like that people are searching that infrastructure bill a lot. Yes. So if you pair that taxation, or how real estate taxes, or how it's changing in 2022, or current news cycles, or whatever, that's really where I think your search trends will start taking you up, and not just generic business advice, because honestly, it's all over the internet. Yeah, it's everywhere.